Hello, hello, this is Johnny Cycles with CyclesGaming.com. I mean, this says what we want, I think. A little light on lands, but that's fairly normal. Turn 1, Saj's Chocobo. I think I could play this deck for no other reason than I get to say Chocobo. Chocobo? I think I'm saying it right. It's such a silly name. Alright, we kind of want to just draw a land so that we can use the fetch land once we will put the Lotus Cobra down and use the fetch land, but 21 lands, we've been decent about drawing them. Helps to have the traveling Chocobo, and it's a Tifa Lockhart, another card that synergizes well with lands. I mean, we came here to do exactly what we're about to do, so we just gotta trust in the magic gods that we will draw into something. I mean, I think we're gonna Tifa. It's the most upside. If we find a fetch land, we can Lotus Cobra, play a fetch land into get a green into another land, get a green, have the land at 3. I think my math is all wrong with the Lotus Cobra. So if we have a fetch land, Lotus Cobra we play, if we play that land, get a mana, then we get another mana when we crack it, get a, and then tap that for mana. So we have on turn 3, 3 mana. So that's pretty good. Alright, looks like it's a living end deck. Can we beat a living end? Did they keep a land light hand? No, they did not. Alright, we would like a fetch land deck, please. Alright, I mean, Field of Ruin is not ideal. So because we want to hold up the Snakeskin Veil. Field of Ruin. Do we just want to do Mossborn Hydra? Mossborn Hydra is the greatest upside. Traveling Chocobo is also really good. So what we can do is Mossborn Hydra, see if they have a counterspell. If they cascade into Living End, will be bad. Well, would be bad. Subtlety. It's pretty good for our opponent. Do we care about? I mean, Mossborn Hydra is one of our best cards, but I kind of think I want to put it on the bottom and hope to find more lands. It takes a lot of. It takes a whole turn to set up. Whereas this way we can play the traveling. If we find a land, play the traveling Chocobo. Get more lands, double up the triggers, and maybe get there. If they don't live in end us. Yeah. It's gonna be a close thing. So we love to draw a fetch land or find a fetch land off this traveling Chocobo. If you play Final Fantasy and want to tell me in the comments who Chocobo is, seems like a pretty crucial character there. Alright, looks like they might be going for it, which will make us sad. Look at that. That's some interesting art. So cascading, this is what we have endurance for. Yep. Gonna get a whole bunch of stuff back. We're gonna lose a bunch of stuff. They're gonna get lethal on the board. Yeah, who knew living in would still be a thing. Did we find the fetch land? 10, 15, 10, 18. So we're not dead. Not yet. think we're gonna go with Chocobo. Hope to find a fetch land. We can't crack it. Hope to find a land. Good. Sure. Okay. Well, we don't get to play that one. Alright, I mean, this is what we got. Can our opponent kill us? We're going to go to 18. Our opponent's at 7. If they swing out with nothing else, I think we get them on the backswing. Unless my math is wrong. We should go to 1. Alright, so they're going to hold back a blocker smartly. This is where the Mossborn Hydra is so powerful, so maybe we were wrong. So I don't think we can win now. Our opponent sniffed it out. Good for them. Hardened Scales. It is a Hardened Scales. We can't cast it though. Going to 4. I mean, do any of them have flying? This one has flying. So we can go to 1 again. Landfall. Trying to figure out what is our best line. Should have done that first. Oh, I should have done that first. And endurance. Okay. Does that change the math? Collected company. Alright, so now we're going to die to the flyer. We can play one more blocker and then die. So yeah, one too many attackers for us to win. Alright, well we have the endurance. That's what we're going to go for. Veil of Summers, I guess, could be okay. Assuming they bring in some counter magic. I don't know, that might be a little too reactive. So what we could have done differently there is we could have played the Mossborn Hydra. Put it back on top, drawn it, played it, and then they would have had their big swing, and maybe there was a chance we could have grown it big enough. So maybe the thing is you never put Mossborn Hydra on the bottom. You always keep it as our best card. It grows the biggest and can attack through a bunch of stuff. So I thought it was unnecessary. I'm sorry, Mossborn Hydra. I will never doubt you again. This is a keep. All we're missing is some ways to abuse the counters, like with the bird. Don't kill our halfling, man. You know you don't. Just don't do it, man. Alright. Will we be fast enough? They still have the, unfortunately, evoke card, which gets around the delighted halfling clause. And there's our endurance, so that's pretty good. Don't have a subtlety. We really want this to resolve. We want to have fun. We just want to play our Hydras, man. It's fine. You don't need to do subtlety. Boo and hiss. This time we're putting it on top. Because the next turn we can play it and immediately grow it with the Wooded Foothills while still holding up Endurance Collected Company should they want to go that route. Unfortunately, it's not legendary, so if they brought in counter magic, we're in trouble. Subtlety number 2. They don't have counter spell mana anyway, so yep, get the generous int. The thing about Living End, though, unfortunately, is it still blows up our board. Which we do have the Collected Company rebuild, but we have to pitch the Collected Company to do Endurance to stop the Living End. So, I mean, we're kind of in a tough spot there. Okay. I guess they might have a 1-mana counterspell. Or cycling. Trying to find the Ardent Plea. I do. A Living End is it's a tough deck to play against. But I mean, I like it. I think it's cool. Cycle, find your pieces, and further your board. You know, the whole game plan is to fill your graveyard. So cycling to find your Ardent Plea while putting the things you want to get back with Living End into your graveyard is sweet. So when do we want to do this? Cascade means cast, right? It hurts to get rid of that Collected Company. I guess they could subtlety the Endurance. You just got it all, homie. You got it all. Yep. I mean, when you got it, you got it. And at this point, it doesn't matter. We'll bottom it. They're going to get a whole board full of things and win the game. So, yeah, turn 3. Living in victory through the Endurance because they had 2 subtleties. Pretty painful, folks. It's a pretty painful way to go out. Cannot overcome all that great drawing from our opponent. What will we draw? Nothing that can get us out of this. I know that for a fact. Hey, it's a Collected Company. That's cool. Well, maybe we can... What do we have here? 5, 7... I mean, we just gotta do it before... I mean, these are our 2... And we'll do Endurance because they have reach and then actually can trade. So now we can block, and kill and take 12 down to 7. Maybe we'll draw another Collected Company. Maybe our opponent will not have anything. Seems unlikely. They don't even have to attack with these 2. They could just swing in with the big guys to make us jump block. We saw them, it's not even that hard, but the right play last game, right? Saving the one blocker so they can't just sneakily die. Uh, this time they could just attack with these two and then swing in for lethal the following turn. But now they can just go for lethal. Yeah. They're not in their life total isn't in any danger, right? So they can just they don't have to worry about it. The swing backs like they did in game one. Still, I mean, game one I think it was turn 4. We would have won on turn 4. They won on turn 3. So, all right. Well, for CyclesGaming.com, getting crushed by living in. This is Johnny Cycles. Catch you all in the next one.